I'm Sarah Repp reporting from the SMC News Desk. A Kansas City area high school athletic director is pleading with families to take the pandemic safety protocols seriously after instructing about 200 students to quarantine just this week. The Kansas City Star reports that the Shawnee Mission High School athletic director John Johnson said in a message to parents and athletes that there are more students with positive tests and that causing an extreme domino effect of COVID transmission concerns. Health officials in Johnson County, which is the state's most populous, have warned that while the number of new coronavirus cases is down, the drop in testing makes it more difficult to know how widespread the transmission of the virus has become. Governor Laura Kelly visited Wichita area high schools Thursday as part of her Back to Work, Back to School tour. During a roundtable discussion with North Wichita High, the governor asked principals about lessons that they learned from the pandemic and how each state should approach education moving forward. Some of the principals said more funding would help to expand after-school programs and other effects to make up for learning that was lost during the pandemic. The governor said that incoming federal aid should help districts boost tutoring and other programs. Fort Hays State University has opened an investigation into one of its fraternities for allegedly creating a hostile environment for its African American members. The Sigma Chi chapter of the Fort Hays State is under investigation after allegations from a former member accusing the fraternity of nurturing a racist culture. Jared Dean joined Sigma Chi in 2017, and he was one of the 2 black men in the predominantly white group. He says that in his year with the fraternity, members regularly told racist jokes, made light of slavery, and even called him a terrible word. Dean says that he wrote letters to Sigma Chi's national headquarters and set up a meeting with leaders in the local chapter, but his claims weren't taken seriously. Dean says that he hopes that the investigation will lead to at least a temporary suspension of the fraternity from campus. University administrators say that once the school's investigators submit their report, the university will determine if there are any potential sanctions. Authorities in suburban Kansas City, Kansas say that a man has died in a workplace accident. Overland Park Police say in a news release that the accident happened on Thursday at Midwest Tow, Turbo, and Diesel when a vehicle fell off of a tow truck and crushed a worker underneath trying to secure it. Police have not released the name of the victim, but say that he was in his late 60s or early 70s. Police in southern Kansas say that a request to check on the welfare of a person in Coffeyville led to officers discovering the body of a man inside the home. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation says that in a news release that Coffeyville officers went to the home on Wednesday evening and discovered the man's body. Officials say that the victim was not immediately identified because of the advanced state of decomposition of the body. An autopsy is currently scheduled for Friday to help identify the man and determine his cause of death. KBI was asked to help the following discovery of the body. Just before noon on Monday, the Kansas Bureau of Investigation was asked by the Mitchell County Sheriff's Office and the Cloud County Sheriff's Office to investigate after they located human skeletal remains near Highway 9 and County Road 757 east of Beloit. KBI agents and the crime scene response team responded. Authorities began searching the area after a resident notified law enforcement of the discovery made late on Monday morning. KBI is working to determine what caused the person's death. The remains have not yet been positively identified. Authorities say that a 16-year-old girl was killed this week when a pickup truck crashed into another vehicle that was broken down on the side of the road in northwestern Kansas. The Kansas Highway Patrol reports that the crash happened just before 10 p.m. on Wednesday on State Highway 18, just a few miles west of Plainville. The patrol says that westbound truck crashed into the disabled sport utility vehicle and it hit another truck. Troopers say that a 16-year-old Carol Adamson of Plainville was standing outside the SUV at the time of the crash and was hit. A 21-year-old Iowa woman standing outside the vehicles and the 20-year-old Stockton man driving the truck that crashed into the SUV was also injured. Authorities say that a woman was abducted by her former boyfriend before she was killed earlier this week. The Topeka Capital Journal reports that a 61-year-old John Ewig of Scranton is charged with premeditated first-degree murder, first-degree felony murder, aggravated kidnapping, aggravated burglary, making a criminal threat, and interfering with law enforcement. He's jailed on $1 million bond, and the investigation began on Tuesday after the body of a 58-year-old Deborah Ann Stevens was found by law enforcement officers at the mobile home park in the unincorporated community of Pauline, just south of Topeka. Authorities said that she had trauma wounds to her face, arms, and abdomen. Kansas City officials say that they are planning a village of tiny homes for homeless residents. Officials announced on Wednesday that the initial plans call for a 150-bed village of tiny homes ranging from single-person to family size. A site for the development is not yet decided. The city manager, Brian Platt, says that the goal is to establish a pilot project of about a dozen homes in the next several weeks. From there, he said the city would begin working with the homeless and currently being housed in area hotels and encouraging them to take advantage of the new option. The U.S. Senate unanimously passed the U.S. Senator Jerry Moran's legislation to award the Congressional Gold Medal to the members of the Women's Army Corps who were assigned to the 6,888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, the 6888 during World War II. The unit served at home and in Europe when they sorted and routed mail for millions of American service members and civilians. The 6888 was the only all-black, all-female battalion to serve overseas during World War II, and they were responsible for clearing out an overwhelming backlog of mail, making certain that American troops received letters from home to boost their morale as well. Republican Senator Moran introduced this legislation in February. Now we'll take a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight's going to be clear with a low around 54 degrees, a south wind of 9 to 11 miles per hour. Saturday is going to be sunny with a high near 84 degrees, breezy with a southeast wind of 13 to 23 miles per hour and gusts as high as 32 miles per hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low around 61 degrees, south winds up to 18 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. On Sunday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 79, a south wind with gusts as high as 23 miles per hour. On Sunday night, showers are also likely and possibly a thunderstorm. Mostly cloudy with a low around 57 degrees and the chance of precipitation is at 60%. Monday, there's a chance of showers and thunderstorms also possible after 1 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 69 degrees and the chance of precipitation is at 50%. Monday night, there'll be a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 48 degrees. The chance of precipitation is at 50%. I'm Sarah Repp reporting from the SMC News Desk, and I'm wishing you a great evening.